Hi, hello, hello, hi. Um, so the past few days, past what, 200 something years? How long has the United States been around? Let's see. What was it, like the late 1800s? Whoops. That the U.S. has been just intact, and throughout all that time, we've had time to evolve. We've created medicines. We've went forth to make human rights acts because people, they get mistreated over the years. They're slaves, so we have to write in rules to say that's all wrong. But you know, the powers that be don't see it that way. They want to keep things ancient. They want to keep things to where authoritarian. Basically, that's the word, authoritarian. They want to keep authority. They want it to where someone says something and you have to obviously do it. Let's say, for instance, when I was a security guard, I had authority over people. I could tell them to show them or to show me their ID card or something. Identification, please. Blah, 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 blah. That's authority. And you either did it or you didn't. Most of the time, people did it. Sometimes there was some trouble. Either they forgot it and they just didn't want to go get it, or they try to get, special treatment. And come on, I come here every day. And it's nope, you have to show your ID. I'm the authority. I'm the person you got to listen to. Me, 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 me. And that's not a perfect way of but we've come to the point where, people do try to sneak into places without identification. And it's what can you do? But enforce rules. And it's we've gotten to the point where it's almost, even that's not a good choice. We shouldn't live in this world where we only have two choices and that's all we're just gonna go with. If people are gonna infiltrate places, no matter what, even with a security person asking them for identification, then maybe it's not best to have people go into places to begin with. For example, the Pulse shooting in Orlando, that's here where I'm at. A cop was supposed to be watching the club the entire time. A cop was supposed to be taking identification. The cop in question left his post, and some person, disgruntled person with a gun, an assault weapon, whatever you want to call it. Idiots want to argue the terminology for guns that can kill people in seconds. So I'm just going to call it an assault weapon. I would say AK, but it might not be AK. It may have been AR, and then some freaking brain dead gun nerd is going to just try to correct me in the comments because they have nothing better to do. Anyway, the cop was supposed to be watching the Pulse door, and he didn't. He left his post, just like any cop usually does. And that was pretty much the okay for the dude to come in and shoot 49 people. 49 LGBTQ people. And it's a tragedy. It's still a tragedy. And it's still talked about today because people are always mass shootings almost every day now. The freaking death cult, the Biden administration death cult, and the Trump administration, really. It's all death cult. That's your U.S. That's the troglodytes that are in power. They all want you to die, basically. You could probably just try to say that, whatever, you're just negative. No. Look at how health care is. Look at how go to school. Look at school. School's nothing like Daniel Tiger. School's nothing like Sesame Street. School, you're gonna make kids who are gonna make fun of you and freaking try to beat you up. Kids that are gonna hope that you kill yourself one day. Kids that don't like you. This is why I encourage people to homeschool their kids. This is why I encourage parents to not just let other people take care of their kids. It's not right. It's gonna make your kid really stupid. So if you're relying on your kid to learn the facts of life from me, You've already made a mistake, and they're just going to become the next person that pushes the button that sets off a nuclear bomb. But I digress. I'm going to move along to what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to talk about the LAPD again, ironically. Actually, first, let's look at the Orlando police. Let's talk about what's going on here right now. So in Cuba is having a lot of issues right now because Cuba's insane. People of Cuba are currently taking over it, I guess. And this was kind of a trigger for all the conservative Cubans over here in Orlando to kind of go nuts too. You know, even though when black people were protesting over George Floyd and Black Lives Matter, cops were shooting them. And here you see Orlando police just riding their bikes with them because, most freaking cops are Latino descent. I'm not going to lie about that. Over here in Florida, it's like that. You have crazy Latino cops over here standing for a bunch of Cubans walking in the street. But you wouldn't let black people do this. Nope. You'll have Cubans, conservative Cubans, just kind of walk willy-nilly all throughout Orlando and escort them even. Escort them. You're using the fucking money that you gave these cops to escort people protesting. That's insane. You have people dying, needing money to not be evicted, and you're over here letting Cubans just walk freely like it's nothing even going on. Like this isn't out of the ordinary. But you'll freaking kill people at Black Lives Matter protests. You'll kill people at transgender protests. But you play it differently. You play the cards differently for the people that are for you, because that's just how it is. This is mob mentality. It's all so transparent, and they don't show it like this over here in the US. You have networks like shit CNN freaking broadcasting Trump, even though he lost, even though Trump should be out of everyone's freaking mind by now. They have nothing else to talk about. No one wants to watch Biden's boring ass. Everyone wants to talk about Trump because that's all that they get ratings for, because people are stupid. They hear that name and they know that they're going to see something dumb, so they tune into CNN anytime they hear it. And that's why CNN's a dying, failing network, because you can't freaking exist without people that cause controversy. That's like such a horrible hell that we live in, that you have to have controversy with these idiots and you can't get real things done. That's all of America. It's just this show that they think that they're showcasing, and it makes the people miserable. It makes people freaking just hate being here, that we have to put up with this shit all the time. Moving on, from what I'm getting at is that here we have a clear showcase of misuse of power, showing that people are preferring one person's protests than over another. Black people protesting that they're getting killed. This is the place where the KKK exists too. Remember that. They freaking pay the cops. So anything like this is out of the ordinary for us. Usually days in the US, streets are empty, other than, normal people driving around like everyday life. But then just unplanned protests out of nowhere because in Cuba things are going crazy. It shouldn't be happening like this here, the way they have things set up, because when we try to have protests for Black Lives Matter, it's not like this. So it's where is the equality? And then on the other side of the United States, over in wonderful California, we have the LAPD. Wait, I lost my cursor for a second because I can't see. We have the LAPD attacking. Here is a video. Sorry, you got to show this content warning. Someone's getting shot in the gut with a shotgun, rubber bullets. So I hope that they survived. Really? Where is it? Here we go. This has happened yesterday, I believe. This woman got shot. Woman got shot right in the gut. Point blank range, basically. By a stupid fucking LAPD cop. You could kill someone with rubber bullets. I know you motherfuckers are very stupid and don't understand that like these things are lethal weapons and they can actually fucking kill people. You dumbass pussy ass cops. But this kind of shit is not right. You can't just have people protesting for trans rights against TERFs and people, transphobic people, and then on the other side of the spectrum you have
supposedly illegal. Police escorting
and
blocking the road for the protesters. This is supposedly illegal. This is the full crowd.
Why can they allow this to happen? And I'm not trying to be racist towards Latinos. I'm not. And that's what Latinos like to spin around when you say shit like this. I know because I'm a fucking teacher and I taught Latino kids who like to piss me off. I'm Latino myself and I understand how Latinos try to like play this game. They try to play this game where they try to kind of act one way, but they know that they're always going to get the benefit of the doubt over like black people or transgender people because Latinos just have that kind of status. If you ever seen I Love Lucy, all Latinos some Latinos trying to strive to be that kind of token Latino. Everyone likes to talk about token black characters. How about we talk about the token Latino? The token Latino that does everything that they're supposed to do as long as they get to talk in their Spanish all day and pretend that nothing else is going on. As long as they're doing their job and doing their work, you can be as Latino as you want. You can eat your motherfucking Tex-Mex, you can eat your motherfucking chorizos and all your fucking burritos. You can have all your fucking culture with your goddamn rosemary tattooed all over your fucking body. I don't give a fuck. But doing shit like this isn't like right. That you can get to do this, but Black Lives Matter people don't get to do that. And I always get shit for being like part black and part Latino from Latino people all my life. Because I can't speak fucking Spanish fluently. That I'm just this like fucking reject. And it's like, it always makes me mad. And it makes me look like a racist. But like, I had to deal with Latino kids always bullying my students too. I had students like, they're talking shit about me in Spanish. And it's like, I can't do anything about that. They'll deny it. And it's not fair for the kids to like have to fucking deal with that. Even if it's a white kid saying it, telling me this. I had white children just like, they say shit about us in Spanish. So what do we do? Let them do it? This isn't fucking right. And it's not us being racist. It's us being like, I guess confrontational. Like, why are you talking shit about me in another language when you can't just fucking talk to me in English? This is what I tell people. If you can't talk good English as well as me, do your best. Do your best to speak English. I dealt all my life dealing with Latinos in the workplace, and they don't like speaking English, and they pretend that they can't speak English. It pisses me off so much. I hate it so much. And like, it pisses off other Latinos too. I'll have Latinos who will try to talk Spanish to each other, and then they one of them is like, no, I just want to talk in English. And like, okay. And it's not being racist. It really isn't. It's just being communicative. It's having good communication. And when you're talking in Spanish and just not even communicating to everybody, you're just, it's bad communication. It's not benefiting anybody. It's making things 100% more harder that you're talking in a different language and we can't all understand each other. If it's hard to talk in English, I'm sorry. But saying what's on your mind in English is much more beneficial and helpful than talking in Spanish or in some Chex-Mix language and trying to get through to somebody like that. It honestly makes us confused and uncertain on what your intentions are. It doesn't make us racist or think that you're like gonna steal like my wallet or something or stab me. It makes me think that you're up to something or that you're suspicious. And I can't help that. It's not based on your color or it's based on that you won't talk to me like one-on-one. You can't talk to me. You're in my country, and the native language is English. Yes, it's a melting pot. Yes, there are other languages here, but if you're talking to somebody who speaks in English, you should probably just speak in English. Especially if they're your teacher. So that's enough Latino bashing for one video. Because like I said, I'm part Latino. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like I have some say, but I don't want to be like one of those people that like, I feel like I speak for all Latino people, because I don't. But I know when Latino people are getting mistreated. I know when black people are getting mistreated. I know when Asian people are getting mistreated. And I'm not trying to say that it's wrong for Latino people or Cubans to protest. I'm not. But you have to look at the big picture, that you're getting the okay to do this, and people are getting shot in the fucking stomach. Almost getting fucking killed. Because there's so much inequality here. And the thing about that makes America so great is the equality. And you can't look at any of this and say that this is the America that you came to know. You can't say that this is the America that you came to see people get fucking shot in the stomach, shot in the head, fucking choked to death, just trying to live their normal ass lives. Somebody killed over fucking counterfeit money. Why are you killing people over counterfeit money? Why are you tasing black men on a subway? For no reason. This is why people fucking hate cops, and this is why all cops are bastards. So, once again, fuck cops. Take care. Take care of yourselves out there. If you're protesting, keep your eye on each other. Take care.